Hey guys, Sure again. This is what if Team 7 came from the strongest clans. To begin with, we'll be giving Kakashi the clan of the Uchiha. This one he would be the, I would say brother of Obito, but that seems too cliche. So I'll make him basically the cousin of Obito. But the fact that they're cousins, they're probably the same grandmother, which is where Kakashi and Obito live. Sakumo is the Uchiha in the situation, and Kakashi's mother could likely just be a random no-name ninja. So there's no Hatake, Kakashi is just Kakashi Uchiha. And then Kakashi would eventually move in with Obito and his grandmother once Sakumo kills himself. Sasuke stays the same, honestly no differences in name or background, honestly. Also, Kakashi's backstory, he'd probably have a Sharingan a lot earlier, probably a bunch of genius Kakashi seems to be. I can probably see him having the youngest Sharingan awakening at 5 when his dad first, off himself. In the mission where Kakashi would lose an eye, I would probably say that it stays the same, and Obito would still give him the one Sharingan. And up to that, I would say Kakashi's life is much the exact same, if not, if anything, he's just probably a lot stronger, plus he can turn Sharingans on and off, which actually gives him longer chakra, which makes him a little more formidable, to the point where I compare him to, he's definitely not war arc level yet, but he's approaching that. And that's even before the Nine-Tailed attack. That's Anbu Kakashi's almost war arc level. So Kakashi's already at Kage level. For Sakura, basically I would say that, let's say that Tsunade and Dan had some kids, that could be Sakura's father. That's where Sakura gets her hair color from, her dad. So Sakura's dad is, let's say he's like Tsunade and Dan's son. And yeah, he was a no-name ninja. Tsunade basically told him, "You can't be a ninja, I don't want you to die like your father." And then she basically would leave him. Or he's put up for adoption, one of the two. So Sakura is the direct granddaughter of Tsunade. And if you guys are like, "Oh, what about Sakura's, what would be Sakura's dad?" We can just change it to be her mother, and her mother can be a no-name ninja who dies. But, yeah. Either one Sakura's parents can be the son of Tsunade, son or daughter of Tsunade, and then Sakura is the granddaughter of Tsunade. And she gets the hair, too. And then with Naruto, he basically is full-blooded Uzumaki, son of Minato, who's an Uzumaki, Kushina as well. Minato and Kushina were both, candidates for the idea to become the Jinchuriki, but Minato chose Kushina. Also, he can play the First Great Ninja War. Minato could use, Flying Rising Stone, he's known as the Red Devil, kind of the Yellow Flash, but Minato would also use adamantine chains. And for a fight, one big fight that I can think of is, with 1,000 Iwa Shinobi. He can do that still, but his chains play a big part. His chains are basically his best defense, because he can control them better than anyone ever has in the history of the Uzumaki clan. He uses them for attack and defense, and he's basically, this is Susanoo's totally greatest defense. Minato now has the greatest defense. And then when it comes down to things such as the way he developed her Sharingan by fighting Han and Roshi, he's actually able to fend off both of them simultaneously, and they're perfect Jinchuriki. And then let's say when it comes down to him trying to teach Kushina Rasengan, and then Kushina goes in Nine-Tails mode, Minato can kind of push back her Nine-Tails mode. Plus in her Mindscape, he can use adamantine chains to rapidly kill Beast Bomb and kind of just extinguish it. So Minato is before he's even in the war, or actually no, not before he was in the war in the backstory. Yeah, even at Minato, when he's 15 to when he dies, he is Kurama level. The only reason he dies because I would say he lost a bit of energy fighting this Obito. Cool. Minato just died because his mind was so split in the moment. If he was fully focused on one thing, he would have lived, but he was not. So, get your mind. Now he's a hole through his stomach. So, and because the clans seem to be the strongest, well, with Kakashi and Sasuke, the only thing that Sasuke would change for him is that he has a natural affinity for basically, I would say, well, most of you have a natural affinity for fire and lightning, but Kakashi and Sasuke, their affinities are as high as possible. To the point where if you give them a test, their paper would basically 1/2 burn, 1/2 crinkle. So their natural affinities are just constantly active. For Sakura, for the Senju, she'd basically have potential water release, having a high affinity for earth and water release. And with Naruto, he would basically have a high affinity for water, wind. He basically has a high affinity for everything but fire. But he also would be able to use adamantine chains, Mind's Eye Kagura, and name every Uzumaki ability, he has it. So, yeah. But I move on to, what else? Basically the Lineage Massacre. Now, due to Kakashi's strength, he's actually out on missions 24/7. Like, Kakashi is, like, he's war art, well, close to being war art level. Only thing stopping him is that he doesn't have an MS. The thing is, he can make him 2 MSs. He would have Obito's and then his own. But, we go on to probably just Kakashi being out on a mission, and the Lineage Massacre occurs, and then we'd go on to probably Sasuke being left alone. Now with this, they're having Sasuke be raised alone, they give him to Kakashi, like saying, "No, we already want you, I already want you out of the Yambu, but now I want you to raise Sasuke." And Kakashi actually leaves Sasuke, like he's intentionally leaving Sasuke with Kakashi, even if he's like he knows Kakashi will take care of Sasuke, he just knows it, so intentionally Sasuke would be left alone. Now, in the academy, the fact that Naruto is obviously the son of Minato and Kushina, because they're the only 2 Uzumaki, Naruto treated like a hero. Sakura, granddaughter of Tsunade. Kind of obvious, only other that kind of blonde shinobi is Tsunade. So Naruto and Sakura are treated as very respected individuals, but also they're both kind of not natural. Well, with Naruto not really needing attention and having so much chakra that Ninetales can't suppress it all. Kushina was above average in chakra. Minato definitely was. He was above average in chakra for kind of a no-name clan. Imagine that for an Uzumaki. So they're both excelling in chakra levels, but where Naruto is so much, but Kurama is no matter how much I suppress, he doesn't have as much chakra as a 4 tails. So Naruto just has a lot of chakra at his disposal at all times, so he's pretty much the best shinobi possible. For Sakura, she's a master of chakra control, and she's heard legends of her grandmother's strength. Sakura actually begins to try and enhance her strength by working out a lot, but also chakra control in her body. Sasuke never really seeps into emo-ness. He has Kakashi by his side at all times, and Kakashi teaches Sasuke Chidori way early on. At least the basics to use lightning and fire release. But Kakashi can use a proper Rasengan, still, but also when it comes to a lightning style Rasengan, well, there's a proper one, but he knows how to make a lightning style one, but he prefers to use Chidori now. Also, we go into the time the Team 7 gets chosen, and the fact that for Sasuke, it's more Sasuke, you're going to be put with your father, obviously, because only one who teach you Sharingan. There's definite reasons for Sasuke, and say it out loud. You have a Sharingan, one person who use it as your father, so you'll be on his team. That's Kakashi is called Sasuke's father. Then when it comes down to Sakura, basically say that, well, for Sakura and Naruto, the fact that you guys are highly regarded members of our society, so you will be put with another highly regarded member, Sasuke's father. You'll all be one team. So basically, respect and need for power is by the way why they put together. But we move on, and we get to probably just the first test. Kakashi already knows he can't send them back to the academy, but he wants to test their teamwork. Naruto and Sakura are just pretty friendly. They're on pretty decent terms. They're both respected members of society. Naruto does have a crush on her, though. So I would say the Team 7's teamwork, would probably be the bare minimum what Kakashi would need. He'd probably get the bells, or at least one of them. So let's say they get one bell, but they use all their teamwork, and then Kakashi's all right, you guys pass. They eat food, and then we go on our way for a 1 month and a half time skip to train. For this one, I would basically see that Sasuke is probably the strongest here. Because he has a Sharingan, he has Chidori, and he can use two nature releases. The thing is, Naruto's a genius, and he's actually able to tap into that genius. Sakura, also a genius, also a master of controlling chakra, at least an expert. So when it comes to learning actual jutsu, Naruto and Sakura are excelling. But music thing probably still happened, by the way. So yeah. So for 1 month and a half, Naruto and Team 7 trains well. The training that Sasuke got for the Chunin exams, they're getting that now. So they get all their effort put into training. And with Kakashi, he already knows what he wants to focus on. As Naruto seems to be specializing with his clones, so he's teaching Naruto to learn the secret of the shadow clones. With Sakura, he's basically teaching her to control her chakra, but also water and earth release, as he feels she would have the potential to use it, being the direct granddaughter of Tsunade, who's the granddaughter of Hashirama. I would say by the time we get to the last mission, or not last mission, the first series mission, at this point, Naruto can use his secret Hera clones, and all of his clones can use Chroma compares Naruto's chakra levels to the Four Tails. Actually, Naruto's clones on average have the chakra levels like average Jonin. And they all can use adamantine chains, but only defensively. But also they all have minds like Kagura, so that also excels their power. Sakura, she's basically maxed out physical stats. I wouldn't say she's comparable to Tsunade, but there's no one in her age group across all villages, including Lee and the Gates, who can compare her strength or speed. Sakura's already above 5th Gate Lee. Naruto is as well, but that's mainly due to the defense. And then Sasuke can use Chidori and, two other nature releases. And he has a Chunin shine in both eyes, just no drawback from the curse mark. Pause. Okay, so by the time of the series mission, here's what I actually introduced Team 7 for who they are in terms of rank. It does note that they're more than that, but their rank gives them extra credit. So you guys know, Naruto is the son of the late 4th Hokage, one of the greatest ninja ever. Sakura is the granddaughter of Tsunade, and the great-granddaughter of Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage. And then Sasuke Uchiha is the Prince of Uchiha, and his adopted father right there is Kakashi Uchiha, one of the more decorated shinobi of the Great Ninja War. So with this, he tells himself, I'm getting my money's worth, he does not roast them, he actually would acknowledge their power. Other in terms of height, Naruto is pretty equal to Sasuke. So, yeah. Alright, now we go on to first part of the mission. And in fact, Naruto minds like Kagura, he can use it as his sensory ninjutsu. I'd probably compare it to maybe Neji, but I would say it's still high up. It's just the fact that he's not meant to be a sensory type ninja, he's meant to be more of a battle type. But sensing is still something he's decently good at. So, when we come across the puddle, Sakura's chakra control basically makes her almost immune to it, or just easily spotting it. Sasuke is a genjutsu user, he can see it, same for Sasuke, same for Kakashi. And Naruto can't see it, but when he does use my Kagura, he can briefly just see the puddle has chakra in it. He's like, is that just a jutsu or a genjutsu? I can't tell. Kakashi just says, throw kunai in it, find out. Naruto did just that, and immediately, Lizzie didn't really jump out. Naruto wraps his chains around himself and Kazuma, and then immediately Sakura attacked one of the brothers, and they just bear hug him, snapping his spine. She wasn't going to kill him, she was honestly just going to permanently disable him. Well, the one Kakashi just looked at, and Sasuke did the same thing, but ninjutsu'd him, and kind of made it hit the ground, and just stay there. Kakashi interrogated the one who was unconscious, or genjutsu by Sasuke, and the one who had his spine snapped was trying to crawl away, but Sakura ran sat on his back and made him tell everything that he knew. And, the other one kind of had some inconsistencies. The other brother just put together everything because he was not fully there mentally. And, you can actually see the mission, see what everyone's place is. Naruto is the one who's in the defense because he has the best defense. Sakura and Sasuke will be the main combatants, and then Kakashi will back them up. Now, with this, Kakashi issues as the team saying, tells me, this mission would be higher rank than we thought. Doesn't even ask if they want to continue doing it, they just keep moving. Because he knows what Sasuke will say, and everyone else in the team is pretty much very like-minded. Because Sasuke, his personality is very much how he is in, probably, I would say, the epilogue of Shippuden. He's very much like that. The last two episodes, his personality is very similar to that. But, yeah. So with this, we get down to where we find Zabuza. Probably happened a lot earlier, so yeah. But Naruto was using my Kagura now that he knows the mission probably would be a higher rank, so he would point out where Haku is and where Zabuza is, even in the mist. So Kakashi would just activate a high-powered Winjutsu, blowing apart all the mist, and then he finds Zabuza. Zabuza and him do fight, but Kakashi is very much, higher in power. So he pretty soundly beats Zabuza, I would say, mid-diff maximum. But then when Haku would jump in, Naruto would actually wrap a string around Kakashi, and then Sasuke would activate a fireball. Sakura goes for an earth wall so that Haku can't jump back. And the wall does prevent Haku from moving in a certain direction, which does actually burn on Haku's arms. But then Haku tried to attack Sasuke and Sakura, and he's moving too fast. Naruto actually activate adamantine chain offensive for the first time, smashing Haku into a tree. Then he uses two clones to hold down Haku. With Naruto's better physical strength, they can't move. So Haku's stuck in place, and then, yeah. Kakashi would interrogate Haku, get all the information out of him. And Naruto and Kakashi, basically everyone on the team can understand what kind of man Gato is with all the information they got. And Naruto, being the most brash person, says, "If I was wrong with you guys, I'd just kill him and take his money." Gato sat up, saying, "Wait, what?" They thought about it for a second and said, "Yeah, that guy does seem like some kind of guy who'd pay us." They think it's kind of hard for a second, just tells Haku, "Let's go." And they leave. Because Naruto's brash and put together, like, gosh, I wouldn't be the guy who could pay you. Just go kill him, take his money. And they do just that. But when Naruto and Team 7 do other than waves, still walking at average pace, on one end of the bridge is a bag of cash with a little bit of blood on it. The bridge, Sakura is able to use her earthly for Kakashi to actually finish it off. All Tazen and the men do is just let out into a pattern to match what's a part they're actually building. They take the money, and then Land of Waves gets their payment, but Tazen pays them what he should have paid for an A-rank mission, or S-rank. But to save the village having financial difficulty still, they get the A-rank payment, which leaves the village with enough money to still, like, trade and stuff. So, once they drop off Tazen, they just leave, as they assume that Zabuza and Haku killed, like, literally everyone on Gato's payroll but each other. So, yeah. And for this one, I think Zabuza and Haku actually have enough money to retire at this point. Gato was, like, a business tycoon. So, that's a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure post-time skip, when they left Zabuza's blade, like, there's, like, a whole other warlord in that area. Zabuza can take that place and just live peacefully as, like, a warlord who trying to defend Land of Waves now. It's like the best thing you can do, like, and they're kind of just pointing in the right direction. I'll repay them by protecting that guy, or at least protecting this nation. So, yeah. Now, about 2 weeks pass, the groups keep training, but they train together even when they don't need to train. And for the first time, Sakura actually activate a high-power water jutsu that even beats back Sasuke's fire jutsu. And Naruto actually started using wind jutsu now, as they were using clones and his chains, and yeah. But for the Chunin exam, Kakashi just simply tells them, Sasuke wants to participate, so do they want to participate? Naruto just asks Kakashi, saying, "Are you dumb?" As he's still more brash. Kakashi says, "No, I'm not. I signed all of you up. I just want to make sure that you all agreed." So they do a thumbs up, and then they train. He goes down to Konohamaru and stuff like that. Naruto tries to friend to Konohamaru. Who comes down to him and Kankuro. Naruto actually has, like, a presence that's like, fuck off. It's basically just that. Also, Gaara can tell that Naruto's definitely higher in power, chakra-wise. Skill-wise, he can't deduct that. But also, Naruto knew Gaara was there. He's a high-power sensory ninja. Sasuke knew Gaara was there. He's just aware of his surroundings. And then Sakura, same as Naruto, it's a sensory ninjutsu. So Gaara can realize this entire team might be on his level, if not mildly approaching it. So as a group, they probably beat him. But Gaara's already like on his defense the entire time. But then we move on, and we go on to the first test, the written test. Naruto, tapping into his genius, as you will answer most of this, but halfway down, he's a little troubled, he's a bit stuck. Then when Hinata offers to let Naruto cheat off a paper, I also forgot something, the Rock Lee fight, still with Sasuke. Sasuke probably still gets mopped, but Lee is like, you're comfortable in the speed, so cool. Well, let's try to say Sasuke can beat base Lee. I was like say, like anything above like the second gate would beat Sasuke. Same for Naruto and Sakura. Mostly Sakura's physical power is above basically everything in the village at the moment. So she'd probably beat back like every version of Lee so far, and then once Guy gets above like third gate, he'd probably beat Sakura physically, but yeah. But Lee had a chance to go all out, so he probably lose to Sasuke. But now back to the Naruto written testing. When Hinata offers to let Naruto cheat off her, Naruto's going to cheat until he starts looking around the room and notices people are cheating and they're getting creative ways. So he agrees to cheat off Hinata because it's very less obvious, plus it's like maybe one notice out of like 5 they're given. So Naruto pretty easily just finishes the paper, him and Hinata bounce ideas on each other. The next one, they get like 2 warnings and that's it. Sasuke just copies Sakura, and then Sakura, she doesn't worry about anyone, she does her paper pretty easily. Also, when Ino tries to use the Mind Trick for Jutsu, Sakura senses it and literally just moves to the side, and Ino hits a random ninja, and yeah. When Anko bursts in, everyone goes outside, and Naruto's still blabbering on, so Anko tries to do a kunai at him. He's either able to quickly react. His body is like at its peak shape right now for his age range, so he can probably react and catch the kunai, or literally just like he can react and catch it, react and dodge, or use the adamantine chain. But the flex, he just catches it and throws it back at Anko. Anko smirks, telling Naruto to show off, and Naruto just says, "Wait till I really show off." Then they get their scrolls and head into the Forest of Death. In the Forest of Death, Naruto can pretty easily point out people as he was pointing out people, or memorizing people who got certain scrolls. And then he's able to find to track them using like Kagura, and Sakura would do her own sensory to find different groups as well. So actually head the whole opposite direction to go find someone else who had the scroll they need. So Naruto finds the said person they need, and literally just, would jump in with his clones. Then they head to the tower, and they're moving very quickly. So we'd go on to Team 7 and Team 7 going to the tower, and they're probably still confronted by Team Dosu. But the fact that Team 7 is also more notable and like notorious, I'd probably see Orochimaru jumping in, knowing that his group again probably can't beat that group. So I could probably see Kabuto showing his true colors early, honestly. So Kabuto showing his true colors plus Team Dosu. Kabuto's their own issue here as he's comparable to canonical pre-Shippuden Kakashi. But at this point, Team 7 as a group could probably take down that version of Kakashi, if not stalemate him. So now when it comes down to all the people, Naruto knowing to get the clones would immediately just make as many clones as possible and having more chakra than usual at his disposal. Like Uzumaki 4K Barrage. Naruto can pull that out of his ass casually. That will not be a difficult move to use. So he pull that jutsu out and immediately just tell Sasuke and Sakura, blend in. And they would use Transformation Jutsu to blend in. Now, Kabuto thinks one of them got away, until suddenly he hears the sound of Chidori and is cut across the chest. Then he would see it turn out to be Sasuke, and he tries to grab Sasuke, like trying to use the jutsu to incapacitate Sasuke. Sakura would jump in, punching Kabuto right in the chest, caving it in. Kabuto coughed up blood, and immediately he was jumped by about 400 or so Narutos and beaten down. Team Dosu was pretty easily wiped out, and Zaku tried to use his supersonic blast. Naruto, like I said before, he's physically really powerful, and the person beating him right now would probably be full power Lee, Guy, and Sakura. Naruto would jump in, grabbing grabbing Zaku's hands, and literally just breaking them before he can actually use his full power jutsu. When he just started to use it, his pipes are bent and basically blows his hands apart. It does damage around, but his hands are badly broken, so his hands are blown apart, and then he's defeated by himself mostly, but still. Dosu only keeps hitting clones, and then Sakura figures it out. She literally just grabs his arm and breaks it, and by default, so breaks his gauntlet. And Keen only uses Genjutsu, but the thing is, she's using Genjutsu on people who are mostly immune to Genjutsu. So she's pretty easily beaten down too. Like, one Naruto could have beaten her. Remember the guy from Kabuto's team, the one who steals chakra? Literally, Naruto let him touch him and just beat him the entire time. Naruto switched chakra to fully steal in the instant. So yeah, that one guy's pretty easily beaten. Pretty sure it's like Yoroi and Tsurugi. Pretty sure Tsurugi's the one who steals chakra. Yoroi has stretchy limbs. They let him get an arm around Sakura, and she will tear them off. So, yeah. So literally everyone here is pretty easily beaten by Team 7. Took a bit of effort, but it still was done. But they're kind of exhausted now. Well, not exhausted, but tired. Like they're at 100%, now they're at about 60-ish, 55-ish power. But they're trying to jump in, taking advantage of them being tired, and he proceeds to basically demolish them pretty quickly, honestly. And Naruto would still go into his Nine Tails form, like the eyes, and that's about it. Eyes and claws, nothing more. This actually does contend Orochimaru for a brief moment, where Orochimaru would seal him, but Naruto still has a lot of power left, so he basically fights till he's unconscious. Rather than Orochimaru is like, "Alright, you guys as a group are like high-powered Jonin, so I'll respect that." But he still has to fight Sasuke, and then he leaves. But pretty quickly, Naruto's able to wake up because he has a lot of chakra in his body. He picks up Sasuke, and Sakura herself was already up. Like, they were already moving. Naruto got up, picked up Sasuke for Sakura, and then he carried her. They get to the tower, having the scrolls they need, and I expect they get there about the 3-hour mark. Like, they're not the first team there, but they're like far from the last. They're like probably top 5 teams there first, maybe even 3. But yeah, they get there, they go to their rooms, and then we wait for the preliminaries. By then, everyone except for Sasuke has recovered from the beating. In fact, his curse mark is slowing him down. But we get to the preliminaries, and I would say the fights are honestly the exact same. Actually, probably wouldn't need to be preliminaries. Hold up. There's really still preliminaries, but honestly, those aren't worth covering. But just know all Team 7 passes. So, like, for the preliminaries, Team Kabuto and Team Dosu are all out, and that's down 6 people, or actually not down 6, down about 5. The preliminaries will probably still happen, but it's not going to be important. Team 7 just passes the entire time. Like, oh yeah, Naruto fights Kiba. Cool, he will dog Kiba with Taijutsu alone. Kiba cannot keep up with Naruto in terms of strength, speed, intelligence, or durability. Naruto outlast Kiba in literally every way. Sakura vs. Ino. Sakura has anything with Naruto and Kiba. She outclasses Ino in literally every category. And Ino knows this, but also they're friends. So Sakura will take it easy on Ino and still dog her in every way. Sasuke. He is being suppressed right now and can still mop nearly everyone here with Taijutsu alone. Not that hard to do for him. So, yeah. Alright, now we get going on to the next fight, or next arc, being the one with the training. Naruto meets Jiraiya, and Jiraiya pretty easily knows who he is. Like, Naruto's also a very highly regarded person, so he's like, well, like, he could ask me on the street for Naruto, and someone pointed to Naruto's address, and he lives where Minato and Kushina used to live. So, yeah. But Naruto lives in Minato and Kushina's old house, where his parents are, all that. So Jiraiya goes to Naruto's house directly, and trains him. And then when it comes down to Sakura, she doesn't really have anyone to train her. But Kakashi can probably actually train her as well. In fact, he can already train her too with Sasuke, but I don't see him doing that. But Sakura would probably want a strong female role model that's like her grandmother. And she knows more about her grandmother than Tenten. Tenten is a Tsunade fangirl. At least that was anime canon. I don't really care though. So Tenten is more like, personally Tenten wants a strong female role model. She chooses Tsunade. So Sakura's like, Tsunade's in the village. Who else can I train with? She's a strong, like, adult woman. And immediately Tenten's like, well, I don't want female, but your power has many physical stats. I recommend Jay-Sensei. Probably won't train you because of Neji in the exam. But train with Lee, or like she recommends training with Lee, who's in the hospital, but she can do good workouts still. So her options are either train with Lee, possibly Kurenai, but she knows in the answer probably not. But Tenten's going to offer it up herself, Lee, or literally go ask if Sasuke or Naruto will let her train with them. Sakura would go to Lee, who would actually teach her about the 8 inner gates. So with Lee, he basically would break down training regimen with his one good arm and tell Sakura to follow that to the T. But also tells her you must focus on your mental state. Then we get to the Chunin exam, and by this point, Naruto had pretty easily learned something jutsu like first try, Gamabunta. He has that much chakra. Jiraiya also losing the seal, but still they didn't believe that affected chakra a lot, but Gamabunta is going to be first try with and without the seal. Because Naruto controls chakra in a pretty decent scale. But first try Gamabunta, now they know what they do for like the next 4 weeks, would literally just be Rasengan training. But Naruto, mastering control over his chakra, at least having decent knowledge on how to use it, plus secret shadow clones, literally the training he does with Kakashi, he does that with Jiraiya and learns Rasengan in a matter of like maybe a day. So now what Naruto does is really just train to perfect the size of it. He trains to learn the types of control size of the Rasengan, and he does that for 4 weeks. This is where he learns Mini Rasengan, Odama Rasengan, and so on and so forth. He learns the sizes of the Rasengans and also learns Taijutsu. But we move on to, what was it? Training exams. Naruto's fighting against Neji. Neji acknowledges that Naruto is a strong opponent. When Neji starts talking about destiny, Naruto's leader tells Neji to just shut up. He tells Neji, even if he didn't know who his father or mother was, he'd be like this regardless. He'd be someone who would grow strong simply just to make himself popular. He tells Neji he would have been strong regardless because he strives. He strives to be important. Neji would question this, and Naruto says, like, I'm strong right now because I want to build up the expectations that people have on me. If I didn't have those expectations, I still want to be strong so people would respect me. He basically tells Neji, if I didn't have what I have right now, he talks about what he would be like, and that would be the canonical version of Naruto. And Neji's are sharing right now that regardless of Naruto's fate, he'd be strong. He'd be worthy of Neji's respect. So Neji's saying this is like, alright, fate sucks, who cares? Let's fight our heart out. And Naruto's gonna miss they're both like strong with Taijutsu, who tells them, please tell Neji, let's have a slugfest. Well, they do just that. And Neji blocks chakra, and Naruto gets it back. But at the end of the fight, it lasts a few dozen minutes, but it's basically an endurance battle that Naruto wins. He's in the ground coughing up blood, and Naruto is just wiping the blood off his face. Neji's face is swollen, Naruto has like a black eye maximum and a few little scrapes. No, Naruto's simply just too durable for Neji. And then in the locker room, Neji hears the tale of his father. Yeah. For Sakura, Kankuro chickens out, which boosts Sakura's fight time, so she fights Shino instead. And she lets Shino. She actually wouldn't lose, but it'd be a closer fight because bugs are dangerous. So she beat Shino, but it was a very exhausting fight. But still be going to the Konoha Crush. Konoha Crush represents the Genjutsu. Naruto immune to it. Sasuke, he arrived like late, but he's still not edgy, so he's fine. But yeah, basically everyone, like, all 3-7's fine in the Genjutsu. So when they see Kabuto, he's obviously weakened from Sakura's punch still. So when he sees Sakura and she sees him, it's on sight. Naruto made 2 clones to go help her just in case. Sasuke chases Gaara, and Naruto just acknowledges that Sasuke can beat Gaara, so he actually would use clones to back away everyone as best as he can, but send like 3 clones after Sasuke, which is where Shino would actually not want to probably fight Kankuro. He had to fight with Sakura, he would do that instead. But Naruto's clones handle 6 Jonin from the sound, and handle Kankuro and Temari pretty easily, actually. That's 3 clones. So yeah. Now, when Sasuke was actually able to push Gaara to like transform into full Shukaku, 3 Naruto clones, if they're down like back bare minimum, there'd be at least 1 left who can use Odama Rasengan, which would be enough to actually push down Shukaku. But Naruto in the meantime would actually find like Hiruzen's bubble, and she would ask the Anbu for an update. Anbu tells him like what the barrier does. Naruto would immediately summon as much clones as he can, and he just yells, make the biggest Rasengan you can, and they combine the Rasengan into one giant one that blows apart the giant bubble, or barrier. This does free Hiruzen from the barrier, and it leads to an actual fight between Orochimaru and him, but Orochimaru actually jumped until the first and second began fighting. Now, when the 4th or 3rd cascade begins popping up, Naruto already knows what that is until he tells Hiruzen, focus on the fight, don't focus on holding them back. So Hiruzen does just that. And this is where Naruto properly meets, his father. And father reveals Naruto the secret of the seal immediately. They're fighting, and he's going to tell Naruto the secret of the seal. But also tells Naruto he has half the 9 tails inside himself, and tells Naruto, if you can hold me down, I can give you the full 9 tails. Or I can tell you how to get it. Kakashi is here. He knows sealing. He's copied a lot of sealing. He tells Kakashi, help him with the seal. So Minato's reanimation has 9 times power and can transfer it. And he does just that. Because Naruto, he's usually focusing on Orochimaru the entire time. The Anbu are focusing on the other 2 Hokage. This would be a good opportunity for Naruto to actually get the entirety of the 9 tails. And he gets it this fight. Now Naruto's a fully fledged Cherokee. Plus he has, the secret of his seals. Now Jiraiya literally just tell him how to do it, and he'll fight the 9 tails. Well, he'll have to train actually a bit more to do that, but still. So with this, we can move on to, I messed up. Back to 1 tails. 3 Naruto clones were able to push it down and hold it off for a little bit. Sakura, meanwhile, and other Naruto clones were able to actually beat Kabuto. But this on 4 are actually available now, so they probably killed the Anbu, which led to Hiruzen being jumped by Hokage. Meanwhile, Kakashi and Guy, probably Guy jumped in, but Kakashi's busy helping Naruto with the full 9 tails. But when it's all available, Naruto suddenly sees the 1 tails, tells Kakashi, where am I needed? And Kakashi just tells him, use that new power, fight the 1 tails. And he'll activate both Sharingan and Ted and say he can handle 2 Hokage. As we see this version, Kakashi finally reached War Art level. He's able to push back both of the Hokage pretty briefly because they're not really as strong as they were reanimated in the war, let alone at this moment. But with Minato, he was literally sealed by Kakashi because he was held down. So, yeah. But he was able to beat Orochimaru and seal one of his body. He basically seals his entire torso. Doesn't kill him, but he no longer can basically only moving in his torso or his organs, and that is it. So he has legs and a head. That's kind of just it. But yeah. Now for Naruto, when he finds the 1 tails, Sakura and him arrive at the same time. And ask Sakura, how hard do you think you can hit it? She says pretty hard, so he basically just flings her at the 1 tails. Like just raw strength, just throws her. He punches a giant hole through it, and when Sakura's trying to recover, Naruto would basically fill that entire hole with bigger Rasengans. And it drops the 1 tails, so Naruto tells Gaara, I know we have different, like, I'm mostly loved here, but have been a few layers. And he tells Gaara he doesn't understand what it's like to be hated by the entire village, but he understands what hate is. He tells Gaara that Naruto will be his first friend if Gaara will simply just stop this. And Gaara accepts. And then we move on to probably the search for Tsunade, as he still died. The thing is, when it's looking for Hokage, Kakashi's a candidate, a big candidate to become Hokage. He's a war hero. Well, he helped fight 3 Hokage, and he made their Jinchuriki stronger. He's a candidate for Hokage, but he doesn't want it, so Tsunade. For his mission, Jiraiya is like Naruto tells Jiraiya all Minato told him, and Jiraiya tells Naruto. Naruto intends to handle the Nine Tails right now, but I was able to snag him from the Elder's office as he holds up the scroll ceiling. Naruto asks whether I got that, and Jiraiya says it's not that hard to steal it. Plus, there's really no one in the office right now. And wherever army were there, easy genjutsu. Because Naruto, there's a replacement there, and no one really ever opens it, so we'll be fine till you get back. Naruto is basically taught about the Flying Raijin through the scroll ceiling, and he learns Flying Raijin on the trip, learning the first basis of it, self-defense fighting Tsunade. Naruto mentions oh yeah, your granddaughter's my teammate. She's really nice. Yeah. Sakura's last name, by the way, is Saparna, not Senju, but yeah. So Tsunade's actually more or less not willing to fight Naruto because he's friends with the granddaughter. But also the fact that she would see her grandkid and her child, she's willing to go back to Konoha without a fight or seeing Orochimaru. So Orochimaru's left. He was basically bailed on at the castle. Kabuto as well. Konoha, Sakura waits at the gate and would see her grandmother. Tsunade even need to see Sakura, and she's going to just simply smiles to Tsunade. She looks just like you. Tsunade and Sakura have a little meeting, and Tsunade meets her daughter or son when either talk to parents, and then she becomes Hokage. And if one of the guys talk about Sasuke running away, I could probably see him he probably tell Kakashi hey, I'll offer this. What do you think I should do? Kakashi tells Sasuke, what do you think you should do? Sasuke says it's tempting, but this is not. She doesn't want to be a rogue ninja. They bring in Tsunade, and with this, actually have an idea. That idea, become a spy. At this point, Kakashi compares Sasuke to at least the average Jonin. I think he could probably handle this round 4 by himself, but his only issue would be Orochimaru and Kabuto. Those would be his 2 biggest issues. We'll tell him, you escape, we'll stage a small chase, that's it. So they do just that, take a small chase between the Sasuke retrieval mission, or team. They fake their loss, even though Naruto alone would have beaten this on 4 as well. And Sasuke escapes. There's really no fight between Naruto and Sasuke, they don't have that fight, they just do the unison sign and leave. And now the 2-year time skip. Sakura was already joining level pre-time skip, and for Naruto and Sasuke. So with this, the 2-year time skip just makes them way stronger. Naruto mastered Flying Raijin, he's beaten the Nine Tails, he's learned Sage Mode. Basically everything that Naruto gets up until the war arc, except for KCM, he has mastered already during the 2 years. By the time he's 14, 15, he's comparable to most of himself. Let's add a 19 change or mastered as well. So he's surpassed his father. And he can control up to 4 tails of Kurama. So yeah. Sakura, she joined Tsunade, but also would end up unlocking base wood release, which is where she recently became a Yamato. So in terms of power, her wood release is not bad, but it's Obito level. She can make small plants or spikes, but not more than that. And Sasuke at this point, he's training something hard, where he surpassed Orochimaru, even when Orochimaru was sick, he had surpassed him. At this point, Sasuke probably has to do some Sharingan, and I'd probably compare himself to the war art as well, if not a little bit above that. And that's without an MS. Kakashi, meanwhile, does have an MS. Now, his own MS in one eye is basically so his left eye is Obito's long distance Kamui, and he uses that a lot more often. He just doesn't do that because it's dangerous. But for his own MS, it's basically the evolved version copy of the copy ninja attribute. It basically allows him to copy any jutsu, but it takes up more and more chakra. He can copy Almighty Push, he'll just use every bit of chakra in his body to do that. So he can copy any jutsu he wants to, But it's going to be extremely risky because if it costs him much chakra, he might die. So yeah. Also, back to Sakura, who will learn the basis of the 8 gates. She can use the first 3. But also Lee trains with her as well, because Sakura wants to learn more about the gates. But yeah, Naruto returns after 2 years, and Sakura can tell how strong he's gotten. Plus with Naruto being bigger than canon, I didn't really see him wearing the stuff he wears in the last, but long hair still. This point Sakura, all the students have their past, their teachers by long, they're the strongest in the series at this point. But the first mission is contact Uchiwa, and Naruto's Gaara's only friend, or first friend, so he goes after Gaara. All Naruto really does is just summon the toad and leaps there with the toad. And then with Sakura, she just leaps on the toad with Naruto, and Kakashi's with them as well. But when there's a small fight between them, Naruto pretty easily beat Kakashi with no difficulty, except for Sakura, so. No difficulty, but it was not a hard fight. Then for the seals, all Naruto does is literally just make clones, and then the clones tear the seals. And the clones are like, oh, there's the duplicates upside clones. The clones were like low effort clones, like those clones really lose to basic Jonin. There's not much chakra in those things. So when it comes to like those clones, all Naruto does is send his chains out and blow apart the sealed things, which is a pretty easy fight. With the bear, like the giant boulder, Naruto and Sakura literally just lift it up together and throw it to the side. They walk in, Kakashi's kind of just waiting outside. And he's kind of just out there in case someone escapes. Shio is there too, but Kakashi tells her, you can wait too. These two can basically beat anyone they want to. Now when Gaara is being sat on by Deidara tries to just do a little bit of like just small talk, but he get clotheslined by Naruto, who just blitzed him with raw speed alone. And Gaara, well, he's retrieved by another Naruto clone, but Naruto's just literally dogging Deidara with taijutsu alone. It's not a hard fight for Naruto at all. Like, he can make light of an S-rank ninja with his bare hands. He's doing that right now with Deidara. Sasori. Sakura can already tell that Sasori is not really the real thing. He just tells him, go all out from the start. This fight will be a lot easier. Sasori does just that because he can tell Sakura is strong. Shio jumps in, but she's puppets from Sakura. Sakura just tells her, make sure they don't escape. You guys would walk in retrieving Deidara retrieving Gaara, and just to make the fight easier for Sakura and Shio, he just uses Kanmui to teleport a lot of the puppets away. But yeah, back to Naruto, he's basically just assaulting Deidara with taijutsu alone, and does beat him to death. And this Naruto's not like canon Naruto, he's a lot more of just like, he's a very typical shinobi, but his personality and power are more outstanding. Like, he kills him for a mission, that's about it. But also, the ninja killed one of his friends, so, well, Deidara is dead. And then Sasori gives up the information about the bridge to like, oh, I know where Sasuke is. But when he does say that, immediately Sakura just says, we know, we get a spy too. And then Chio does the duty of killing Sasori instead. He still revives Gaara, and then, yeah. But now we move on again towards the bridge mission. Kakashi isn't tired, he did one jutsu that took not much chakra to do, so he's fine. His mission, Sakura is actually under the bridge, and she's basically controlling the wood. It's all the wood on the bridge she made herself. And as we go on the mission, and talk about the mission, Kabuto will try to slash apart the puppet that was there, and that was Yamato. But then that Kabuto realized that wasn't the Sasori. He jumps back when he has his feet trapped by the wood on the bridge that Sakura made, and Yamato would wrap him out more. Well, then from below, Sakura punches through the wood and then throws Kabuto like 40 feet to the ground, which does hurt him pretty badly. Ishimura tries to charge Sakura, but Naruto charges him back, catching his fist and then punching a hole through him. Now, he does pretty easily regurgitate himself, but we end up seeing Kakashi jump in, Yamato by his side, and these two pretty easily jump and beat Orochimaru. And from the shadows, we see Sasuke walk out, with a sound 4 hitting the ground all around him. And Sasuke simply says, what's it been so long? That should take him a lot. That should take him a lot. This should take him that long. Which is a small joke, as you can tell how strong they are. We see Sasuke with small like purple lines under his eyes, not because he's controlled by Orochimaru. He is just a snake sage. Everyone is wondering why he's a sage. This Sasuke didn't really get any upgrades, despite the fact that he's Kakashi's son. So he's a perfect snake sage in this one. Sakura mentions that she learned water release. Sasuke mentions he's a snake sage. Naruto says toad sage, but also he mastered flying Raijin. So yeah. But after this, we go on to hold up. All right. So Sasuke talks about like all the Orochimaru bases, and he talks about Karin and Jugo. With Karin being mentioned as Uzumaki, Naruto says he's gonna go get her himself. With Suigetsu, Sasuke says he's gonna go handle him, and then with like Jugo, I would say Sakura says she's gonna go there herself with Naruto. Yamato says he's gonna tag along, so they have like an advisor who's with Sasuke, who's technically a rogue ninja. But at this point, Sasuke would give Kakashi a slip. That's basically all mentioned that Orochimaru and Danzo work together. So Kakashi's gonna go to Konoha and handle Danzo. But yeah, now we get to Naruto walking to Orochimaru's base. Naruto knocked on the door. Karin opened it already to fight, only to see another Uzumaki. And Sasuke had already told Karin he's a spy, and she assumes this is his best friend, Naruto. Sasuke only mentioned he doesn't have many friends, but the few he has, they're the closest. Said friends are Naruto, Sakura, Lee, basically the entire Konoha 12. But he kind of calls Kiba, characters like Kiba are distant friends. Even there are a few who I'm not close with, but majority of them are my best friends. So she sees Naruto, and she asks him, who's the girl behind you? He says it's Sakura. Karin's jealous, but she lets him in. She lets them in. And then with the prisoners, Naruto asks Karin, are these guys okay? Like, what's going on? And she talks about the curse mark. Sakura simply says, we'll be in Konoha, and has just like a small crow or a small bird goes in, Tsunade a message. About Jugo, when Naruto walks in, he can tell Jugo is like crazy. And Jugo thinks he's gonna kill a woman, literally the next woman he sees. Naruto's not a woman, so they don't really fight. But Jugo's escorted out by Naruto, and Naruto tries to use strength to break free. Naruto is much physically stronger, like by a long shot. So Jugo's held down. But Naruto's mentioned like Jugo's using sage energy. He tells Jugo he knows a place where he can learn to control it. Which does surprise Jugo. In fact, it surprises all the prisoners. And when more ninja do arrive, they do actually, the ones that don't agree to turn good. Once who do agree though, Naruto's going to hold a little seminar for them. With the way, the Hidan Kakakatsu thing. Against Asuna. Since ninja are really the only ones who have a big amp in this one. Like maybe Shikamaru and Choji have a small amp where they're like, oh, we're friends with Naruto, we train with him a lot, he works her type bit stronger. Only buffing the ability of Shikamaru is the fact that he may be able to like stalemate Hidan, but even then that's not enough to save Asuma's life. Asuma still dies. But eventually, when it comes down to the final fight, he needs Kakashi there. He can body Hidan Kakuzu on his own. He didn't need Naruto or Sakura to show up. So while that's going on, Naruto is training all the willing curse mark people. Sasuke still has this, by the way. He perfected it in the Snake Sage area, so yeah, he keeps his curse mark. But also, he actually tightened it to the point where Orochimaru can never come out of it. He learned his own Chunin jutsu, so he perfected that as well. But yeah, so Naruto basically brought all the curse mark users into the forest, like in the Konoha, and we actually talk about Uzumaki sealing and how strong it is. It was during his 2-year time skip, Jiraiya taught him, he brought him to the remains of Land of Eddies. Naruto mastered the sealing there, what he could master from the ruins. Also the small, cabin in the Konoha where he also had the sealing from there. He also remember where Orochimaru can never come out of the seals. The ones who were executed, maybe, but not right now. But, Orochimaru's kind of in the Kamui realm, so he can't really get out of there, because Kakashi Kamui him away. But with Curse Mark, Naruto had borrowed Pa's stick that smacked Sage onto people. He basically teaching them to control it by smacking Sage out of them and having them regulate their chakra control. Well, I guess when Kakashi did Danzo on the route, he literally walked in and bodied everyone without really using much effort. So, yeah. Getting him versus Danzo, that was a pretty long fight, but Kakashi did that himself without really any effort after. It was to disrupt Kakashi's entire route, it was a low to mid diff fight. Danzo was the mid, but yeah. Sai, a few lives were spared, but that's about it. Also, looking on their tongues, those were all gone now. And Sai is just recovering with therapy, so yeah, he's fine right now. But he's making Tsunade's guard, so yeah. But for Sasuke, he does still get like a message from Itachi to come fight him. But Sasuke learned every truth about the hidden leaf from Orochimaru and all that. When it comes down to Sasuke like finding Kisame outside the Uchiha thing, he goes, Kisame, come inside, we're gonna talk. He tries to known for Sasuke to grab him by the neck and drag him inside, and Kisame can break out Sasuke's grip. It's just that strong. They go inside, Itachi's asking Sasuke about Kisame, and Sasuke looked at Itachi and said, I know everything. Itachi froze, realizing that they're not going to fight. But Itachi would basically look at Sasuke, still want to fight, but immediately Sasuke just asked, saying, I can tell you're sick, I can sense your chakra weakening. If you think there's a cure, come to the hidden leaf. Itachi simply says, he knows there's a cure, he's too far along. Maybe if he's in Konoha, he could have been cured, but at this stage, no cure. So Sasuke kind of tells him, saying, alright, we'll tell your buddy here, holds a Kisame, to turn over a new leaf. I know he'll listen to you. And with Itachi's last wish on Kisame, I want to die in a fight against my brother. If I do die, please help him in the hidden leaf. And Kisame does just that. He sits down, sending something hot into the ground, and he waits for the fight between Itachi and Sasuke. And for this fight, it's a pretty standard fight. I would say in terms of skill, overall, Sasuke outclassed Itachi in every way. He's a perfect sage. He was Jonin level by 13, and that's without using Curse Mark, barely even using Sharingan. So, he has the entire arsenal of his war arc self minus the MS. Which is still a big part of it, but still. So he's able to beat Itachi, and when Itachi's on the ground like talking blood, he asks Itachi which way he would like to go out. Where Itachi would get in a position that Fugaku was in when he died, and he tells Sasuke, make it quick. And Sasuke would behead his brother. Now he knows about the EMS, he knows what he does a lot of research. He was able to replace his and Itachi's eyes on his own right then and there. He has pretty good jutsu skill, including healing jutsu. But he places his own eyes in the spot, but so Kisame, he's kind of blind now. But Kisame dropped his Akatsuki cloak, take off his Akatsuki ring, all that. Like, everything about him is taken off, and the only thing he can carry is now Tamehata. He picks up Sasuke, but also like Itachi's body, like using the Akatsuki cloak as like a body bag, and he carries them both like a hidden leaf. Now, Toby's a bit upset, or Obito's upset and Rosetsu. But he doesn't know that Sasuke is basically too far good to ever turn to his side now. Back in Konoha, though, we do see the Sage Mode Curse Mark users have completely mastered the power now, including Jugo. Though Karin, she's basically Naruto's best friend at this point. They're very close together. And with Sasuke, he himself and Sakura get closer, but also she healed his eyes properly as he did it poorly. She just fixed it. But his EMS is already here now. Like, he already went in the EMS when he killed his brother. He just placed the eyes immediately, so, yeah. But, now we go on to probably, like, now we go on to Jiraiya investigating the Light Waves. Now, does Kirsten if Jiraiya got any stronger? Yes, he did. Literally, the only sensei who got any stronger is Orochimaru from the training with the three main characters of the story. So with Jiraiya, he trained in Fine Right with Naruto. He also would train with various Rasengan with Naruto, which unlocked every nature for Jiraiya. He has various Rasengans, many Rasengans. But also, he trains from Sage Mode with Naruto. Point where he has Mom plateaued, he's a perfect sage. He can do perfect sage mode on his own in an instant. Minato can do perfect sage mode. Instead of it to be perfect, it's incomplete, but then when Mom plateaued, it's perfected. So coming to this fight, I can really see Jiraiya being able to basically mop past the pain, but Mom plateaued are too tired and they have to retreat, so Jiraiya would do just that. He retreats, only leaving Yahiko and Konan as the only surviving member of this fight. Or what he thinks is Yahiko, but yeah. The Jiraiya returned to Konoha missing an arm and a few stab wounds, but they're not too fatal right now. He returned, they ended up healing him, and he tells them all he knows about pain. And then with this, we move on to the assault on Konoha now. Nagato was able to talk to Obito about getting more corpses because all the corpses are down except for one. And then this gave Obito an idea, so he knew where Orochimaru was. He went to the Kamui realm, brought out Orochimaru, and they spitballed some ideas. Which Orochimaru would take the corpses of the slaughtered curse mark users, give them to Nagato animates them, and then they can use the curse mark, which just amps them a lot. So with this, we move on some more to the assault on Konoha, where now the path of pain are all stronger, but Yahiko's path. But the thing is, when they did try to do almighty push, immediately Kakashi was probably calmly from a distance, just have a really strong earthly users such as Naruto or Sakura. There's so many ways to defend this point where the attack probably wouldn't even work on the entire village, probably a small portion of it, there's 3/4 of Konoha, only about 1/4 of it is destroyed from the attack. Well, that was small 1/4 that's destroyed. Immediately Nagato's like, okay, this isn't good. And Naruto's immediately tells Karin, do you think you can pinpoint where the real one is? She says yes. And Naruto would make a clone, telling the clone to go follow Karin to go find the real Nagato. Naruto was going to handle the path of pain with his friends. And Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, all of them alone can handle every single path of pain, including Nagato at this point. So, yeah. Well, while Jiraiya recovers, he's pretty easy, just bodying some path of pain, like one arm, just like, oh, curse mark user, cool. Grab, break, throw. It's that easy for him. He's not really too affected by these guys. And they're stronger than the base form, but he can be an imperfect sage without any assistance. So, he can body at least 2 paths of pain himself as well. But also, their army of curse mark users who are fully controlling their abilities, plus a lot of them are actual shinobi, so they can use nature-controlled nature releases. So I would say this arc is honestly just a complete stomp. Also, we have Kisame here, who's a lot easier who's killing a lot more paths of pain himself. So regardless, this is going to be a pretty chill fight. Like, oh, what about the summonings? Who cares? Literally with the summonings, oh, someone Hada can eat them, or just eat all their chakra and make them de-summon. So summonings are just pretty easily handled. But the clone and Karin, they find Nagato's base. They walk in, Nagato fires a spear, it kills the clone, but Karin pretty easily investigated Nagato. When Karin arrived, so did Shinobi, so Konoha is defeated. But Kisame would walk in, tell them hey, the masked man is probably the one behind this. He's the only one who's never really seriously fighting us. I guarantee he's the one behind this. And then he tells them to come inside and work with Konoha on their side, and they agree. But as they do walk outside, Obito appears and would take away Nagato, where he gets the 2 Rinnegan. So yeah, and they have Orochimaru on their side, so they probably have Kabuto too. But yeah. So Kabuto, who's the quote-unquote dragon sage, plus Orochimaru, who has a Zetsu body now, he basically reanimates everyone he did in the war, but also the 4 Hokage. But Minato is still weakened, but he's stronger than his canon version. But while they're preparing for the war now, Hokage Summit still occurs, which honestly is not much different. I would say the biggest change here is probably going to be where how Naruto trains. The way Naruto trains is that he already used most of Konoha's power. But then for the Hokage Summit, Obito declares war, so on and so forth. But when Naruto goes to train at the place, he mastered his stage mode a lot earlier, because it's never, not stage mode, his Kurama mode, a lot earlier, plus it's never interrupted, so he trains there probably a lot longer. So, we can probably just go on to, pause. So the training that goes on for, to prepare for the war, Naruto mastered Kurama's power, but also having more time to do so, he'd probably unlock, KCM 2 as well in the moment. But that comes from defending Kurama, which he can do. So, I'll probably see him defending Kurama, knowing his backstory, and then he masters KCM 1, 2, Sage Mode, so on for 4th. Sasuke, meanwhile, would perfect his EMS, but also Kisame would go stronger, return by training with everyone that he can. Sakura herself had finally learned all 8 negates, plus using that, if she goes all out with, not all out, but that involves the 8th gate, including the 100 killings, she were to use such as like the 5th gate and can summon Katsuyu, she can summon 100% of Katsuyu. She can do that. But also her wood release is top tier now. Like, not Tremor level, but it's like comparable to Madara even. So yeah, so now when it comes down to the war, we end up seeing a newly improved Team 7 now. They're all a lot stronger. Kakashi can use a Sharingan, split colors, kind of like, you can probably see like, oh, Obito's is bluish, like bright bluish. Kakashi's is probably like purple. But that's none of the Sasuke's. White, maybe? Who knows? Yeah. Or silver. Yeah. But we move on and we go to basically the battlefield. And the incident became like, the one keep the Jinchuriki out of it. It's not as easily just said. My Jinchuriki probably win the fight anyway. He can beat me any day of the week. Probably all of us too. So when it comes down to like only person to stop Naruto from the war is going to be A. So even if A tries to blitz Naruto can literally just clothesline A, and that's the end of the fight right then and there. We can just one tap A, so there's not really anything to do about that. By the way, with Orochimaru Kabuto being on the side of Obito, there's way more clones. Well, not clones, but way more reanimations. Like hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands more. Less for Okage, probably all dead Kage, honestly. Also, all dead members of the Akatsuki, except for Kisame, so he's alive. But yeah. Now, on the battlefield, we can really see Naruto going against going against Nagato and Itachi with B, but also Sasuke might be on the battlefield early, probably fight Itachi himself. So we gotta see Sasuke arrive in Susanoo, and Susanoo is like bright purple. And Naruto wants to go like away, and he simply tells Sasuke like, you can handle this fight if you want to, but like B might stay behind to help you fight Nagato. They nod, and they do sometimes where they basically share a few words of affirmation, and immediately this is where they would activate their like Hagoromo synchronization thing, because they're now fully friends. Not fully friends, but their words kind of solidify the fact that their feud is over, because it never began. Sasuke gets his Rinnegan, and then Naruto would get his 6th Sage mode. But also like this Sasuke is like as pure-hearted as possible at this point, for like what version of Sasuke he is. You'd probably see his Rinnegan being a bit different, as far as acknowledging the fact that like Sasuke, you are truly like, you and Naruto embody what Ashura and Indra should have been. So the power is a lot more intense. Sasuke's Rinnegan is actually one of Hagoromo's. Like, yeah, Ashura got Hagoromo's body, Indra could have got Hagoromo's eyes, or power. And Sasuke truly got Hagoromo's eyes, he got one of his Rinnegan. If anything, it'd probably be his Rinnegan would probably be powers of Madara's, but also his actual own eyes. But also probably a bit of truth in the words, at least 2 of them. Like there's 6, Naruto has 3, Sasuke has 3, yeah. They literally inherit like half of Hagoromo. So Sasuke simply goes B, go away, he can handle these 2 by himself. So Sasuke would kind of throw his grass cutter at Itachi, and then he would create his own grass cutter with one of the truth-seeking awards, which is where he's able to beat Itachi and not go pretty handily without even using any visual prowess, just his raw skill and truth-seeking award. So that ends up between Itachi and Itachi and Sasuke, and then Nagato as well. So yeah. With this, we end up seeing Sasuke continuing going on to the battlefield, and using his Level clones to pretty easily body dozens and dozens of Zetsu. And Archer's made like tens of thousands of clones throughout the battlefield using the nature release or the nature chakra to sense the clones, or sense the Zetsu and defeat them. Sakura herself was on the battlefield, and she would find Sasori once again, but Conqueror this time. Now when Sakura sees Sasori, she can pretty easily heal Sasori on her own in like a singular punch, and she does just that. I would say the biggest thing is when it comes down to where like the 7 swords from the mist are found, and certainly Kisame's fighting them alone, maybe with Chodoro by his side. But when one of the swordsmen, that's like the one who's at the bomb does the attack, we have seen Kisame's attack, or that man's attack blocked for Kisame by Zabuza. The blades about to explode, we end up seeing Senbon thrown into the blade and frozen, which basically blows up the entirety of the area that's on the side that was frozen. So all the reanimations are blown apart for now. We end up seeing Zabuza and Haku arrive to fight the swordsman Mist with Kisame. And these two have basically perfected their skills to like as far as they can go with their blade. So they've surpassed all swordsmen of the Mist. So he has to probably jump in to help fight his brother, which is where he'd probably excel as well. And probably the biggest point, like the more important fight, probably being Naruto versus the third Hokage. And he comes like, oh, the Hell Stab. In base, Naruto can react, dodge, and contend that form without really any effort. Not even using Sage Mode, he is just that powerful in base form now. So he's pretty easily able to beat the third Hokage, plus he's a lot smarter, so he can really determine what did that after like a few minutes of analyzation without being in combat. So he beats the third Hokage pretty handily with no effort, not even Sage Mode, literally just like base form. And once this is strong, give him like 2 tails of trauma and that'd be the fight. And then when it comes down to like Gengetsu and Mu, Naruto has hundreds of thousands of clones on the battlefield, and that's even being generous. So a lot of the clones probably point out, hey, this is Genjutsu. Break the Genjutsu, help fight Mu and fight Mu and Gengetsu. So yeah. Now Kakashi is here as well, and I probably see him traveling around with like his Susanoo, like being able not to fly, but travel around faster. Eventually he does come like between like Obito and all of his reanimations, but also Orochimaru. Now Obito does have his Rinnegan, so when he fights against Kakashi and all this, it's a pretty hard fight, but Kakashi would smirk as he's able to calmly away a few of the clones or a few of the reanimations and fight Orochimaru. Still actually on like more equal terms. But when all the killed beasts would activate their full power, like the remaining 3, and they fire off the tailed beast bombs, Kakashi would surprise Obito by using his own copy ability and firing off one tailed beast bomb of his own. Instead of using a lot of chocolate, but it blew apart the other tailed beast bombs. And when Naruto arrived, he had since the attack, he arrived still encasing. Probably not even encasing him too, he literally just arrived. So then Obito's there as well, Guy's there as well. It's the Ultimate 7 would unite. Like battlefields they'd already, most of the clones handled the fights themselves. But at this point, they have Madara out on the battlefield already, and a Naruto clone is the one who's seeing that fight. When it comes down to the meteorites, well, all the clones would probably not Jutsu, or if they all have really strong ninjutsu. So literally just use the strong Jutsu they had and helping stop the meteors. So one more clone to go help fight Madara. Madara arrives, and then we go on to the fight with Madara and the Ten Tails and Obito versus the Shinobi Alliance. But immediately, Sasuke would have an idea, and his Rinnegan being as strong as possible, plus him learning very quickly, he'd be able to actually transfer realms with all of them quickly. Which is where they would end up being in a whole different realm, away from the Shinobi Alliance. So Team 7 would activate all the summonings, Kakashi having just Giant Dog, and then the other 3 had the 3-way deadlock. Now, with this fight, as it goes on, the Ten Tails is probably what would be from the Golden Silver Brothers, not Naruto or Minato. So, yeah, even though there's Naruto only half of it. So, yeah. But Naruto and them are fight against Obito, Madara, and the Ten Tails. And even if like Obito were to absorb it, Madara can still be sealed by being destroyed by the Jutsu Wards. So let's say it's now Jubito versus Team 7, and then Madara was destroyed by one of the boys' Jutsu Wards. Now, when it comes down to Sakura being here, I didn't see her actually using like the 100 healing jutsu and telling them that she has a jutsu that Obito can't beat. If it actually activates the 100 sealings, but it will also activate, or 100 healings, but also activate the 8th gate, which does strike Kakashi, and as she fights, she always actually fight Obito and kill him actually. Actually, not to kill him, but even then, Naruto and Sasuke have it covered. So once Jubito is defeated by Sakura, who had basically used like 50 lives by the end of this, she had activated the 100 healings and marked against the fate a little bit. She didn't recover it later on, but this was still a pretty hard fight for her to heal from. She just healed so many times. Now Obito's dying, then eventually Naruto uses his healing methods with Sasuke to yank out the Ten Tails from Obito. They want to debate like what they should do with it. But when Obito tries to go away with the Ten Tails, immediately Kakashi would walk over to him and just literally rip out the Sharingan from his face. And he wouldn't play in his own eyes. And the fact that him and Obito are actually blood related, and they're close to begin with in some ways, Kakashi would get his EMS from this fight. He was trying out Obito, Sakura offers to implant them, and Naruto and Sasuke hold down the Ten Tails with their Jutsu wards. And know what they had to do. Naruto would actually recommend making a new Ten Tails Jinchuriki. But Naruto has no idea. They would go to the other realm, and they would use both their punishing jutsu to separate the Ten Tails, basically combining the chakra realm once more to use creation of all things, and they recreate the denied Biju, but Kurama. B gets what taken of Edo back into his body, then every reanimation is actually genuinely brought back to life. Because, well, they didn't use Sasuke Rinnegan, they basically just used Obito. And he would do that as like a way to repent. So he brings back everyone that he can, but Zetsu was not in the realm when this happened. So this is the reanimations that are brought back to life, including them, and then since they're included, they were healed, they were brought back to life, and they get their Biju back. Including Gaara, so yeah. Well, this basically ends the war. Like that's a little bit about him. They just send him to a whole new dimension, and he'll be stuck there forever. There's no Kage coming back. Madara is destroyed. But by the end of this, Naruto and Sasuke continuously have their chakra, and they're actually much stronger. Then we go on to the novel era. We go on to see Sasuke in that prison arc. While he's here, he's just single-handedly dominating everyone. Plus, he has both arms, so he's a lot more threatening too. So he's able to pretty easily do the mission with Sakura's alright, and he's able to do this thing entirely by himself by using Limbo clones. What else? The last. When it comes down to that, at this point Kakashi is Hokage by now. He's accepted it. For Naruto the last, when it comes to relationships, Naruto's complicated. On one hand, he's obligated to restore the Uzumaki. On the other hand, he has feelings for Hinata after this movie. Now, when they do see memories, Hinata's able to, or not choose memories, he was able to decide that he wants Hinata, but he also wants to know what he should do about Karin. Now it comes down to Naruto and Hinata and Toneri and all that. Naruto and Toneri do fight, but Toneri didn't really stand a chance. Naruto is a literal, he surpassed Oromo with his six-pass chakra that he's learned to actually create on his own. He controls six-pass chakra and create it for stage mode. So Toneri is pretty easily beaten, and yeah. And back on Earth, Hinata and Naruto discuss what they should do for the relationship thing. Hinata tells Naruto, if he's focused on his clan, she will gladly allow Naruto to be with Karin. But as long as he genuinely loves Hinata and only will be with Karin for the clan thing. And Karin still loves Sasuke, but clan thing. So her and Naruto do have children, which is where I don't honestly see that character Kauki can come from Naruto and Karin, and then with they have a few kids, just more no-name ones. And then with Himawari and Boruto, Hinata. They say Karin and Naruto have 3 kids, Naruto and Hinata have 2, and yeah. And Sasuke has kids with Sakura still, so yeah. Those are the Uchiha Senju kids. But they're all gonna have insane visual prowess. Sakura still has her eyes. Oh, and it comes down to when Naruto becomes Hokage. Becomes Hokage much earlier. He's much smarter already, plus he's as powerful as can be. But Sasuke's not out of the village as often. He handles missions a lot smoother and without much effort, so yeah. And when it comes to Naruto being a neglected father, literally just create 5 clones that work for him. He can do much more clones, and they're much more effective. And even if he's not home, he literally has Jiraiya around who will gladly train his kids. So, yeah. Jiraiya's much older right now, but he's the old man you definitely just cannot fuck with anymore. Oh yeah, he's in his 70s or 80s. Who cares? Jiraiya is still, insanely powerful. Plus, all the kids have, all the Naruto Karin's kids have Uzumaki abilities, so she teaches them that too. But she's also gladly able to teach her own kids as siblings, which she does do sometimes. Now coming on to Boruto in the beginning of the story, he's much stronger by the time of the academy, but his older brother is Kawaki. Now for this story, honestly, Code is the closest Jigen has to a vessel, so most of the other stories are honestly much smoother. And when it comes down to fights where Naruto and Sasuke are involved, such as Momoshiki. Naruto and Sasuke individually can beat Momoshiki with no effort. It wouldn't be a hard fight. They will both have truth seeking boards. And plus, they're both 6-path masters. Oh, Sakura. She surpassed everyone in the story. She's stronger than Kanako, Naruto, and Sasuke by this point. And plus, her 100 healings came back. 8 plus 100 healings. That's in her traits. But literally, like, in the middle of the village, we have like Sakura jump in, beat Kinshiki, then Sasuke would jump in and pretty easily just no death Momoshiki. It'd be an easy fight. And Naruto, in the meantime, was just holding up the giant tail beast bomb and crushes it and throws it away. But later, they'll curious about Ima's Kakashi. But always had using a rebirth, he would basically transport all his life force to Kakashi before like sending out, like, first send out all the energy, then his spirit, now it was Kakashi. Kakashi would basically have him and Obito's abilities in tandem. He's basically stronger than Demons Kakashi ever was. This version of Kakashi had also surpassed canonical Naruto and Sasuke, and that's including full power versions of both of them. So, yeah. Then, like, Jigen invades Naruto's house to kidnap Kawaki, who he views as a perfect possible vessel. Now, this version of Kawaki is much stronger, like, stronger than even, like, post-time Kawaki. He's able to actually fend off Jigen briefly, and then we have Boruto jump in, probably comparable to Kawaki at this point, even maybe post-time Boruto. They're able to both beat back Jigen, and then pretty easily beat him. And when Jigen is beaten, we probably erupt Ishiki, but Ishiki bursts out, probably still being able to be beaten by Boruto or Kawaki, even as a duo. Literally have Naruto or Sasuke arrive and jump in. Like, have anyone, like Naruto, Jiraiya, Sasuke, Kakashi jump in, they beat, well, not Jiraiya, but Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, have any of them jump in, they can probably beat they can beat Jigen or Ishiki. Delta. When Delta tries to kidnap Iwari or to attack her, Jiraiya can jump in and pretty easily fight Delta on a pretty sound scale. By the way, Kashin Koji does not exist, Jiraiya is fine, he's alive, Kashin Koji is literally just not a character in this story. So, yeah. So, yeah, Delta's been pretty easily handled by Jiraiya and Tsunade, who are usually on dates together at this point. Or, literally, Boruto. No, it wouldn't be a hard fight. Ada and Daemon. Give them a side on, but Ada could probably be infatuated with Kawaki and just be on the side of good because Kawaki is Naruto's son and he'll protect him. What else? Amado. Still probably on the side of good now. Then, what about possible final villain? The god of the Satsuki god. Naruto and Sasuke are the strongest characters in the series to ever come out of it at this point. Like, these versions of Naruto and Sasuke, in base form, will probably stomp out, like this version of base Naruto, like, give him, like, 3 times of Kurama, he can beat Baron with Naruto with no difficulty. Base form to do it, too, that'd be a high-diff fight. Only be a high-diff effect with Naruto's punches, like, blow apart your chakra. And then, even then, this version of Naruto would grow that chakra because he's just that powerful 6 paths. So Naruto and Sasuke literally just have them both go all out, and they can probably pretty easily kill the Satsuki god, or have Boruto do it. Who cares? But, yeah, this is the end of the story now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more. Adios.